Hello, YouTube. My name is LogoCrop75. Today, I have another Let's Play of Fallout New Vegas. So we last left off, we talked to all the think tank members, solved some of their personal issues, made our way to the Forbidden Zone, fought Dr. Mobius's Omega Large Robo Scorpion, took it down pretty quickly because we have one of the best weapons in the game. Only thing better than it is a Bozar, but not in this game. In Fallout 2, the Bozar is better than a Gatling laser. Anyway, now we've talked to Mobius, figured out that he's just trying to keep everyone here so they don't hurt anyone. And now it's time to talk to our own brain, which is over there, and has its own consciousness, because that makes sense.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Actually would, yeah. Listen, you're my brain. You'd better be more respectful. How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about.
Gotcha.
Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
Fair enough. That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Fair enough. Well, that answers that. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figure that.
Okay. Listen, there's no need to be sarcastic. Meeting your own brain is a slightly odd event.
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
Yes, because running around a crater full of bizarre science experiments, hygiene is a top priority. Kind of would be, honestly, but never mind.
Well, I see sarcasm hasn't eluded you. Fine, perhaps now isn't the best time, but it's the principle of the thing.
Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, a, quote, dick, unquote.
Yeah.
As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
We're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
Fair enough. Do you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
But what about the good things? About that cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food, Love.
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we're at an impasse. Yeah, but you didn't think of that, did you?
Yes, all right, bravo. You've come up with something I neglected to consider. There'll be no living with you now. So, what do we do about this?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Now let's go make them share. Come on, Brain, it's stomping time.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
I'm going to show them what's really the brightest thing in the room. Mighty uncivilized.
Oh, energy weapons, yes. I'd almost forgotten how much fun those are. How do we proceed then?
If the think tank won't hold up their end of the bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar.
Woo!
I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem.
Perfect.
Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Right on. I just put it in my inventory. Excellent. I've already read 2 Chinese books, so I only need like 2 more to reach maximum there. And we get a perk. Oh, what do we pick? No. Lady Killer. Huh. I could have picked Comprehension so long ago. Yeah. Get double the bonus for magazines, which is nice. Is there anything else I would want to get then? Fight the power. And when wearing faction over the NCR, Legion, or Brotherhood. I'm only fighting the Legion, but yeah, it's not really. Have you been working out? Weapons heavier than 10 pounds now weigh half as much for you. Modified weapons that drop below 10 pounds will not gain this benefit. That honestly would work for the Plasma Caster. Yeah. Oh, the tag skill, that's right. We should go with tag for now, but unless I see something else that I really want to get my hands on. Not eye for an eye, not the sprint, not that. No. I already have another perk that removes my rats pretty good. No, that would have been taken earlier. If anything, I would just give that to myself right off the bat, just so I can have it. Oh, I'm still waiting for rapid reload. I'm hoping... Ooh. Because here's the hard part. I'm gonna have to try and avoid getting as much XP as possible. Because this needs to be on an even leveled level up. Otherwise, I'll have to get a intensive training perk to get that bonus agility, just to make sure I get rapid reload. Of course, I could always just give it to me once I get that perk anyway. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, hit the deck. This is actually not a bad perk. Really does increase your damage threshold against explosions. If you were attacked by explosive weapons more often that weren't low-level trash. This would have been a great perk for when I was trying to avoid the shells from the frickin' boomers. Oh wow. Pyromaniac, no. Don't need a sniper. This used to be a much better perk too in the old games. This actually basically just gave you a percentage chance to just get a mega crit. Not a mega crit, but like a really good crit hit. Oh, repair 90 for jury rigging. Oh, I forgot about that. Slayer. Such a good named perk. Agility 7. Nerves of Steel. Tunnel Runner. Oh, interesting. Roughing It. Oh. These are the last perks. Honestly, it should be fine. Yeah. Heavyweight might be a nice addition, but I think we'll go with Tag for now, just so we can get some more skill points under our belt. Alright. Done there. Ooh. Explosives. Not Sneak. Sneak, we're good. Yeah, honestly, explosions. Or explosives. There we go. Your brain added. Right on. Let's see, what's the recording at right now? 12, okay. That's okay. Let's do a quick save, and let's carry on our wayward son. I didn't sing it correctly, but that's okay. Oh man, I'm really tempted just to play Destiny 2. Alright, we got all the thingies here as well. Oh my lord. More fucking Mentats. Dude, if there was as many Mentats as there were Psycho here, I'd be so fucking happy. Because then I would have all the things I would really need for this Let's Play. Ha, if only. Oh, that is X-42 security turret. Really glitching out. Okay, we've got some other hidden goodies here, so let's have our way with them. Oh, emergency shutdown terminal. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, one weapon repair kit left. Oh well. Dude, what's up here? Nothing really, actually. Nice. More ammo. Rad-X, Proton Axe? Or that throwing one? Throwing Proton Axe, okay. Yeah, because that's what I need more thrown Proton Axes. Oh, well. Let's see. Good money. Alright, well, let's slap this on. Oh, what was over here? Oh, Protectrons. Oh, neat. Oh! Oh, it must have been the shutdown. A stealth boy? Okay. God damn it.
Move along. Please.
Oh. Alright, let's just get on out of here. Finish this DLC up. A lot of anti-radiation. God damn it. 85% chance to unlock, and I get kerfucked. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. Field research. Oh. Oh, God, son of a bitch. Well, hopefully, fucking hell. I swear this game crashes way too many times. Alright, let's try this again. I'll tell you, man. This is gonna... Oh, thank goodness. Okay, this is better. Cool. Alright, saving. There we go.
3 angry death claws make for a while to reconstruct.
Oh.
Was the haps. Right on, Daddy-o. Just plug it in and I'll mix you up a sweet, sweet sound.
Right on. Opera single, Gabriel's Bark, Robo Scorpion, Tarantula. Alrighty. Do you play music?
Used to. Long time ago. Then old Doc Moore ripped out my music drives and stuck in more acoustical processors.
Well, alrighty then.
Say I got the blues, even if I can't play them no more.
Blind Diode Jefferson. I'll talk to you later, friend.
Get you later, Gator.
Right on. Nice. We're all done. Field research. Is that it? I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Just old world blues left. Oh yeah. And now we can put in our old bits for some good old-fashioned bonuses.
Do you require some additional services?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Swap body parts. Let's see. Reattach your spine. The reinforced spine perk. Your spine is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. Your torso can now be crippled again, but your strength, damage, and damage threshold bonuses have been doubled, +2. Right on. Honestly, it's the hardest to cripple the torso, so it doesn't really matter. Especially with power armor, it's not something to be worried about. The heart one, I'm kind of curious about, so we'll save before we implant that one, because the see, I think the Heartless perk. Heartless. Your heart has been replaced with advanced technologies. You cannot be cannot be poisoned, and filters in your heart will also regulate bleeding and healing, allowing all healing items, chems, to function at higher level. Robots are now confused by you and 50% less likely to score critical hits. So that's what it does now.
Do you require some additional?
Yes. Swap body parts. Place your heart back in your chest. You have lost the Heartless perk. What do I get? So confused. Ah! Healing items are twice as effective now, plus 50%. Well, that's cause for going for it anyways. Right on. Cool. All the plants here are growing. Well, they still need to regrow, but that's okay.
Come on, baby. Bring me a sweet little dried fruit.
Yeah. Let's see, how good are healing items now? Still says 16, but I'm guessing... I don't know. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. Oh, I think I'm ready. Psycho is finally worn off. Oh, hello there. What we got going on right now?
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
No. I think you're past due for your lobotomy, Klein. I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There are some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
You think I'm the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Dr. Mobius. Maybe you should confer with your colleagues first.
Nonsense. Confer, colleagues? Those are two words I do not recognize.
Dr. Klein, I must intersect. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm it. I'm going to dissect it until it's dead. Why the sudden intersection, Dala?
I cannot stand a sweet breathing organism breathing in and out to suddenly not breathe. We must keep it alive. For study. Slow study.
Dala, these vocalized pauses are unlike you. What do you care?
Klein, you know, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right? This one's, well, it's got good ideas.
Silence, Dr. O. This is a think tank decision. Save your objections until after I have decided our course of action.
You know what, Klein? Stick a straw in your tank and suck yourself. Long and deep. And my name is Zero. Yeah, a big, fat zero with a slash through it.
Yeah.
The slash as a designator of... Why, that is brilliant. But how did you...
The lobotomite taught me that. Taught me a name is more than, that I should take pride in things like names and... You know what? Forget it, Klein. I hate you. And your theory of brachial beam oscillation? The Chinese had it first, you copycat.
How dare you? Brachial beam oscillation was solely my discovery. I expressly told you that and deleted all evidence to the contrary. It's 2-8. Why are you acting like this? You've never refused to commit necessary surgery before. And this lobotomite needs its surgery.
I have no idea what the fuck he's saying right now.
admirable speech, but there is no room in my vocabulators for friend and lobotomite in the same sentence. The very concept, revolting. Perhaps you are irradiated with camaraderie radiation. We have chems for that. We can save you from your emotional addiction.
God.
If I may, I feel as if I must be the voice of reason here. This lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets as nothing more than avenues to promote science. There is good here. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering in the name of science. Like good old Gabe, the finest of lab specimens.
Why am I even listening to you fools? Enough of this mutinous chorus. If there's a word I hate, it's mutiny. And the word jism, which never made any sense to me. It's ridiculous putting j and zm together like that. Nonsense. I count as 5. Like the mighty human hand I once had, with its 5 penises clenched in a fist.
Sounds to me like your math is wrong, and the odds aren't good.
Nonsense! The mathematics of this situation are on our side, lobotomite. I believe... No, wait. Carry the 2, then... If this were a democracy, I would be concerned. We are too scientific for that. So just surrender.
It's not a democracy. It's a research facility, and over half your colleagues dispute your findings.
You dare use logic against me?
I do. I do. Here's the deal. I'm not going to surrender. You are.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities.
Yeah?
We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
You can still do that. Here. Quietly. For me. If you want. I can bring the Mojave, this world, to you. You'll be safe, and you'll still be able to experiment.
For you? And for science? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Very well. Farewell, think tank. Farewell. Oh no, that's way too slow. Just in case anything happens. And that's all she wrote.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The Courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others, which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy, except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
You have lost the Brainless Perk. Oh, what a phenomenal ending screen there. You have gained the Big Brain Perk. It's Big Brain time. Your brain is back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, but you're only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold improved by 10%. Minimum, +1 damage threshold. Acquired Big Mountain Transpondo Doodle. Gotcha. Alrighty, ready?
Who's ready for a party?
I know I am. Alright, what we got? What's the recording at right now? 38 whole minutes. Phenomenal. But yeah, that's Old World Blues for you. One of the more enjoyable DLCs of New Vegas. I mean, as much as I've espoused my love of Dead Money, this is way better. You can bring your gear, you don't have any limits. The only limitation you have is that you have to beat the DLC first before you can come back, before you can leave. Which, you know, is a bit of a commitment, but you know, it is what it is. You know, and you get again so many bonuses for the main game that it's just downright ridiculous. So yeah, now armed with a shit ton of stuff, let us head back to the main game, get ourselves all patched up and restocked. Let's see, corrosion, doop. There we go. No, we're leaving those dog guns. Fuck those things. recon armor. Yeah, too heavy. Alrighty, onward we go. So now, in order to use the teleportation gun... Oh. Right, I unequipped it in my inventory. Just gotta be outside, hit the trigger, and bada boom. You need to be outside of combat and outside in order for it to work. And now we're back. Pew pew! Pew pew! Sweet. There we go. Now that's all said and done, we're gonna go drop off our goodies. And then get ourselves ready for the next DLC, the final one. Lonesome Road. That one I do is by far, I guess it's one of my favorites. Mostly because it's just, you're basically a one-man army going after a man set out for destruction. In your hopes of stopping him. You know? What could be better than that? Elijah's Lair, which is honestly much better than the Plasma Caster in terms of damage. This only does 80. This one does 120. It's just a better weapon. It's just the sad fact of things. Got more upgrades too, but yeah. Breaks way faster though, and I don't know what the auxiliary recharger clip does specifically, but I don't know if it works for Elijah's. The damage one does. Damage one definitely works, but yeah, that's about it. Proton Axe, which I do love. Power Armor, very nice. What does the damage do? Damage 45, that's pretty good. Superheated Fist, very good. Scientist Glove, Scientist Glove. We will keep one Scientist Glove. We don't need the Sonic Emitter anymore. We can get rid of that. Sadly, it only works in Old World Blues. Otherwise, you could just take it with you. Yeah, but then you would have to frickin' spawn it in the first place just to make it work. Oh, scrap electronics. Yeah, I don't need that. You need to spawn it in and do it that way. Otherwise, how else are you gonna make it work? So, yeah. Max charge, yeah, that's good. So let's see, I think I got rid of the caster. No, I haven't yet, that's fine. Let's see. Right. Actually, I think I might end this episode here and get to working. Oh my god, everything reset. How did that happen? That is ridiculous. Anyway, I need to resupply my supply of Gatling Laser, because the next area we're going to... Oh, Gatling Laser City. I don't give a shit what other items I've acquired in my travels. We need the Gatling Laser. This is going to be a fun-filled adventure. And we need everything we can get our hands on in terms of damage and power. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Also, I need to get myself resupplied on repair kits. Probably just buy a shit ton of those. Yeah. Ah, good music. Excellent. Very good. Yeah, I think I'll just end things here. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one for our next big adventure, which is our adventure to Lonesome Road. It's going to be a good one, so hopefully you stay tuned. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.